Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and this is Monday, another Manic Monday. I know you all expected to see Ghost Head Nerd Talk, but it's another week off. Rain will be back on next Monday with that awesome nerdy fest. But this is Dudes at Ringside, and I interview independent wrestlers if this is the first time you're watching this podcast. I have a young lady that is absolutely blazing a trail for herself on the independent wrestling scene in our lovely United States of America. Lovely. Do we got time? No, wrong podcast. Oh, Jesus. Jesus Lord. But introduce yourself to my internationally known audience.
Hello, everyone. My name is the Fallen Flower Kikyo, and I am currently based in the Seattle, Washington area.
Oh, go Seahawks.
Sure, sports ball.
Yeah, sports. Sorry, that's the sports side of me. Get out. You're not allowed in this show. You need to go out, and that energy needs to go over there. So, before we were recording, before we were live, you said that you've been in the business for 17 years. So, like, let's go back to the beginning, like your Marvel origin story. Like, who was the first person that you trained with when you first got into this vast world of professional wrestling?
I was it'll be 17 years this coming March, which is just absolutely wild to me. Started training in 2009 at North American Wrestling under Money Mike Rain. Some people also might know him as James C. from Hood Slam. And then for a while I was under Pro Wrestling Bushido with Bobby Hart, moved up to Sacramento, and then was training under Supreme Pro Wrestling alongside Big Ugly JD Bishop, which if you don't know that name, you freaking should, because if you know the name Titus Alexander, that's his dad. So yeah, that's his dad. So he's trained people, obviously his son, along with his daughters, Salem, oh my goodness, Abigail Warren. He's got his youngest right now, Bishop. Then he's got Timothy Thatcher under his belt. He trained John Morrison, for Christ's sake. Like, this dude is phenomenal, alongside the late Virgil Flynn III as well, who was part of Global Force Wrestling before that turned back into Impact. So
wow, awesome. So do you remember the first moment that you like walked into the training facility? Like, what was your energy like?
Walking into so wrestling, getting into it was a different journey for me, just because for most women, you don't normally see them as like fans when they were younger, which is what I was. It was like literally from birth out the womb, loved wrestling, jumping off of couches and whatnot. So growing up, instead of being like, oh, I want to be a princess or a veterinarian or a doctor or whatever the hell else little girls want to be, I'm like, I want to be a pro wrestler. So like I got bullied and whatnot because I'm a tomboy and I liked wrestling. So when I was 15, I saw an ad to go meet Jeff Hardy, and I'm like, all right, bet that's happening. So go and do that. And the people that were putting it on was Big Time Wrestling in Newark, California, which at the time was run by Kirk White. And that was the first time I ever got to see wrestling outside of WWE, outside of TNA, which I don't even think I was watching at the time. Huge WWE kid. So I got to see independent wrestling when I was younger than most people who start nowadays. And I'm like, immediately, how do I join? What do I do? Like, I'm going there super early. My mom brings me there so I can come help out. So I'm like doing ring crew at 16 years old. And Jason Styles was like, come back when you're 18. All right, bet. So like gave it about a year sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I always said I was going to do it. So what the hell what am I doing? So I hit up that Google, found a place in Fresno, went down there and was like, yeah, no, this is it for sure.
Wow. Do you remember? Did you already have gear, or did you not have your gear yet when you first got your first match?
My gear so this is 2009. My gear was a pair of leggings and some iron-ons from Joann Fabrics with some roses on the side, which for the lore people out there, I am the original Mandy Rose. Just saying. 2009, you can look it up. So I had roses down the side. I think I had my full like Mandy Rose like ironed on my butt, and then I had like a zip up corset from Hot Topic with some. I didn't even have kick pads. I literally just had like ASIC wrestling shoes.
Oh God. Oh.
Being a female, I don't get to go on eLucha and just be like, "Ooh, I have gear."
Oh God. Did those shoes hurt after a while? Because regular shoes in a ring compared to boots, like wrestling boots, they must have killed your feet.
No, because I wrestled in high school, so I was so used to wearing them and it didn't bother me. And I think I wore those ASICs out. Like, I think they had a hole in them before I retired them, and I think I wore them for a good like the first 6 or 7 years of my career, something like that.
Wow. All I can think is, man, your feet must have hurt. Like, oh God, always.
More now with the Adidas that I wear. Like, I love my titles. Title boxing shoes for me are the best because it gives me enough like mobility to run around and do stuff, but it also gives me enough stability to where I don't necessarily have to worry about rolling my ankle or something like that.
So when did you get the name the Fallen Flower? Like, where did that come from?
That came out in oh God, making me think with all the CTE. I think I want to say it was 2014 is when the change happened. There was some issues with a previous trainer of mine, and some things happened. Cease and desist happened. It is what it is. I don't feel like discussing it because it's, again, if you know, you know, and if you don't, there's other ways that you can find out through multiple other podcasts that I'm sure I've talked some kind of smack about. But I digress. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I've got like maybe 3 weeks to get my shit together and figure out some kind of anything so that I can wrestle Candice LeRae. And my trainer Virgil was like sitting there with me, and he's like, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. I've got you. So I'm like, all right, well, they always say your character is you turned up to 11. So I'm like, there's that age-old question. Who are you? Who the hell am I? I'm like, I love anime. Aside from wrestling, because wrestling has been my life. Like, I love anime. And my very favorite anime is called Inuyasha. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, well, let me go through all the girl names and figure out which one like feels right. So I, go through Kagome. I'm like, no, Kagome's too babyface. What about Songo? Songo's a badass, but that's it just doesn't sound right. Then there's, I can't use Kana because Kana's already taken by Asuka at the time. So I'm just making my list and I'm going through it. And I'm like, wait a minute. Kikyo and I have a very similar backstory in the fact that all we wanted was our main goal and to be happy. And someone came through, deceived us, and took it from us and tried to kill, what we wanted. And she came back to life through nefarious means, because magic, anime, what have you. But I didn't let the situation that happened take me down. I continued on. I figured out a name. So I'm like, all right, cool. I feel like Kikyo works. It's chantable. It's a baby face. It's also a heel. Like, it can work either way. At the time it was Nakamura for the last name. Cause I'm like, all right, well, where am I going to build myself from? I went through like the whole, cause this is 2014. We're still in that, like, not terrible about not being like Yokozuna's Samoan. He's not Japanese, that type of stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna build myself in Osaka, and the most common last name in the Osaka prefecture is Nakamura. So there's that. And like the Fallen Flower, I thought I needed a moniker of some sort. So I'm like, Kikyo means bellflower in Japanese. I'm the fallen student from this company or whatever, and the Fallen Flower.
Wow. Do you remember your first opponent as the Fallen
My
Flower?
very first, as the Fallen Flower was Candace. No, it was not Candace. My very first opponent as the Fallen Flower Kikyo was a tag match at SPW, a Supreme Pro Wrestling in Sacramento. And I want to say it was myself and Joe Killmeister. I want to say it was against maybe Savannah Riley. I'm really not sure. I have the photos and stuff from it, but I know it was a tag match. It might have been me and Tilo the Insano. I have no idea. This is 12 years ago now, which is also insane.
Do you find that insane that like within wrestling, like time is flying for you now that you have the Fallen Flower, and you said what you said 12 years? Do you believe it's 12 years since you debuted as the Fallen Flower?
There are so many things that I still feel like just happened yesterday. Like the emotions are still like it just happened, like last week, and I'm still trying to process. So it's definitely weird to me when I sit here and say like, oh, this is the year that started, or like I go to show my students a match and I'm like, oh, this is from 2017, which was 9 years ago. Like, and to me, it feels like yesterday, you know?
I've been doing this podcast for 5 years now. And like, I've talked to daughters of wrestlers, like wrestlers from the UK, female wrestlers that are somewhat in the business. Some of them left the business. Some of their managers, like some of them don't even talk to the podcast anymore. Some dumb reasons, but like it's insane. I find it insane that I've talked to people. Some of them, one of them is actually in AEW. Billy Starks. Billy Starks has been on this podcast. Not this version of it, the original version of it. But yeah, it's her second year in independent wrestling, and she was on Dudes at Ringside. So you never know who's watching and who hey Tony.
It's because you mentioned like people on television and stuff like that, and I'm sitting there watching TV and I'm like, oh, I remember giving that person their first match, or like seeing somebody getting their tryout. I'm like, I gave them their first match, or I remember wrestling them, or hey, haven't I beaten you before?
So who made your first gear as a Fallen Flower?
The very first gear I had as the Fallen Flower was actually a hand-me-down from my roommate at the time, and it was it was like a Catwoman cosplay outfit, and that I took that and I put it over like a long black singlet. That was it. And then I found a random bodice on some Chinese website that I never found ever again, and that was like that has become the basis of what my gear is, which is essentially like a one-piece bathing suit type situation with the long sleeves, but I have like the open cuts along with my kick pads.
Is like crazy you say that, because I've asked wrestlers that question like billions of times about the bathing suit thing, because knowing the wrestlers I know actually like I don't wear a bathing suit. I'm like, there's people that actually, young wrestlers that are getting into the business, they don't know where to go and they can't afford to go to like these expensive gear makers, so they just go to the local swimsuit store and they look what's a little bigger than them, and they go to like the, what's that store you get the stitching stuff, like the letters, what's that
I go to Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby and things like it's literally like when I do reprise like my Mandy Rose character for like customs or for random little screw offs that I do, I literally wear a bathing suit because that was what they wore back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. That's like, yes, it was custom made at the time for some of them, but if you didn't have anything, guess what? A bathing suit is your next best option. Oh, you can't get your dun-duns in time? Go and get a freaking Speedo at Walmart, bro. Like, they have random colors and patterns. Like, it's easy if you really, really want to do it. Yeah. Like, you will find a way.
It totally is. So when it comes to like training, and I know she has training tonight, so I'm gonna try to do the interview not that long, so she doesn't get there late. But how many times a day do you guys actually train?
We have training 5 days total a week. So Mondays and Thursdays are our advanced class. Tuesdays and Wednesdays is our beginners class, and then Sundays is our cardio and open ring.
Wow, awesome.
So they have, for an advanced student, they technically have 5 days available. We try and keep our beginners class to mostly beginners with like 1 or 2 advanced students, so that way they know what things look like. So that way there's more focus on, you know, what they're learning and making sure there's structure.
Wow. So do you have any fun stories from the ring?
That's pretty vague.
Like anything, I say that and people are like, oh, like during a match, like do you have any like fun stories from the match? Like anything that you can tell on a podcast that you won't be like, the other person won't go, later.
Oh God, like I'm old, man. Like there's so many random things that I've done in shows. Like
anything.
I gave Sue Young her first kiss one year.
Whoa.
Because it was a match at DOA in Portland. And it was a triple threat for the at the time Rebel held the grand championship. And the spot that we did, we had a missed spot. And so Sue starts to get her shit together, and I'm like, oh, hell no. So I grabbed her and I kissed her, and I took the mist. She's like, what the fuck? And it was a whole big back and forth. And Kel ended up taking it from me. And I don't know. Something happened. I got misted. She got misted. There was a lot of mist.
Whoa. It's a mist fest. Jeez, mist fest.
It was great. You can find it on YouTube. So
oh my God, later
aside
on,
from that, like,
I gotta see that. That looks great.
Other than that, it's just like I was always taught to like just be chill in the ring when you're doing stuff. So like just having random ass conversations in the middle of your matches. Trying to make people laugh, that kind of thing.
You could always, during a match, if you're so chill, you could just make it like calm. Most people make the matches so stressful that you remember you're supposed to do your spot, but it's like the wrestler don't talk to each other; they're just fighting. It's like, okay, you have to talk. It's like it's a match, but you make it like a conversation. Like, oh, you idiot! Like, make it look like you don't know, like you guys are about to beat the crap out of each other, but you have to make it like believable. You know what I mean? You gotta make the match good. So, are there any opponents you've been looking to wrestle and you haven't had a chance to wrestle them yet?
I've been hurt for the last like 10 years between 3 knee surgeries and a broken ankle, like immediately after getting cleared. The amount of people that I want to wrestle that I haven't been able to wrestle is wild.
Do you want to talk about your most the injuries you've had tonight?
I mean, same thing I tore my knee the first time 3 days into my 3-month Japan tour with Stardom, an hour before the show. And then my trainer Virgil passed away literally like 5 days later. So I came home to that. That was fun. So I never even got to officially debut and wrestle in Japan. And then came back right before the pandemic and tore my knee again because it never took because of the cadaver graft that we used. Had that surgery. We used my hamstring and was going good for a while. And then my right knee decided to say, I'm out. Last year, I was wrestling Amira for Relentless at the time. And my knee we locked up, pushed her to her corner, push her down. I'm big and strong. Push her down. I'm big and strong. Locked up, pulled her to her corner, grabbed her in a headlock. We walked towards the middle. She picks me up to try and, throw me. I wrench it back down and my knee just says nope. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. So I had that surgery, had the quad graft, and then I came back in August of this last year, literally 4 or 5 months ago. I wrestled Sue Young, and we had an absolute banger at the Queen of Thorns for DOA, which you can also find online. Then I did 2 matches at Bumper Shoot here in Seattle for Grit City Wrestling, and then wrestled Ethan HD at SOS that night. Was like, all right, cool. We're going to go to the bar. We're going to go hang out like we do every single month, like fucking clockwork. Hey, man, do you want... Pothole appears out of, I shouldn't say nowhere because it's a rather large pothole, but yeah, I completely sprained my left ankle, broke my right ankle all at the same time. And so that's why everybody's like, wait a minute, didn't you just come back? And I'm like, I did.
Oh my god.
So I've been dealing with that for the last few months. Hopefully coming back to rolling around in the ring within the next like few weeks. We're kind of, I don't want to rush it, obviously, because I'm old. I'll be 37 this year. So, this is what it is. I fin battered myself back in 2018. I'll get back to the World Heavyweight Championship eventually, right?
We'll do it. I believe in you. That's oh my god. So when you're at practice, are you just supervising and helping the young wrestlers right now?
For the most part, yeah. Like I can move around, but I can't there's no jumping, there's no running, there's no side to side motion super fast, but I can still chain around. I can still see when things are out of place. It's honestly helped me more to be on the outside because as the wrestler, it's one thing to be able to physically do it yourself, but the psychology of making sure things are making sense, the way your body's supposed to move as opposed to how it looks and slowing things down. There's so many avenues of learning from watching wrestling as opposed to just doing the physical portion of it. That's why you study tape. I'm literally doing live tape.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Is there anywhere anybody could pick up any merch or anything of yours on the internet or
Pro wrestling tees always? Yeah, pro wrestling tees always. I have a whole bunch of shirts on there. I'm in the process of getting some DTF transfers made because I got a Cricket now, so I can make my own t-shirts. So I'm hoping to have the my anniversary. I call it my anniversary t-shirt that I had made right before I got hurt with my knee. But it's my backs and boundaries. So I'm hoping to have those physicals in the next few months or so. Fingers crossed.
Do you?
Other than that, I have stickers and stuff and things if you're physically here in the Seattle area.
I like stickers. You could say I like stickers too. I got stickers. Wrestlers and podcasters, oh my, and rock bands. They send me stickers. I love it. Love that. Are you going to be at any shows helping them or anything coming up?
I tend to, because I wasn't very mobile. I was legitimately in a wheelchair for 2 months because I could not walk from my injury. So I tend to stick mostly to the PNW. Sometimes I'll go up to British Columbia and check out ASW. But for the most part, I stick to the Tacoma area with SOS Pro Wrestling. Sometimes I'll pop down to Portland for BCW or for DOA just to watch my students and support them.
Best bet.
If I am anywhere, for the most part, I tend to post it on my socials.
Awesome. There we go. My favorite question that I always end the show off with. If you could write a letter to a younger yourself, what would it say in that letter and why?
Oh, you trying to make me cry, bro?
I always do that. I don't always do that. That's me.
It's so wild. So many things have happened with there are certain things that I know, obviously, if they hadn't have happened, I wouldn't be where I am now. But man, there are some things where I'm just did those really have to happen? So I think I would probably be hey, I'm proud of you for starting wrestling.
Man, there are some things
journey. Be here for now. But try to expand and go, north. Don't let people tell you that you're not good enough. Don't let people get in your head about your size. Because if you actually believe in yourself like the other people do, then there's literally nothing that can stop you.
Wow. That's deep, girl. Oh my gosh. Woo. Guys, get your tissues out. That's a deep one. That's a good one. And air hugs. You get it, girl. I love it. I love it. It's sad. I don't want to hear. It's sad to make you cry. But that's the way I end my shows all the time. And it's a new feature at Dudes at Ringside to be able to talk to your younger self and tell yourself it's good to fight, because you're fighting for something that you've been injured so much. But I could see that once you're back to normal, you'll be getting that championship belt. You'll be taking pictures. You'll be sending me that bill going, Joe, look, I did it. I'm back.
I just want, there's two things that I want out of this, because I eventually would love to start a family at some point, and I'm getting to the age where it's not as possible anymore. So I want to do I want to finish a European tour, because I've never gotten to go to Europe. I've never gotten to go to England. I want to go see Soraya. I want to go, see my UK family. And I want to complete a tour of Japan. I got there, I got to touch the ring. I got to do a lucha seminar with Dr. Wagner and El Hijo Dr. Wagner Jr.
Wow.
In Japan, a lucha seminar in Japan with Stardom.
Wow.
And I didn't get to finish it. I want to go, I don't care what company it is. I would love to work with Marvelous, because I've had a lot of contact with them recently, but I just want to finish what I started.
Well,
that's all.
You go to England. My suggestion is a promotion that I tell all my wrestlers about, male and female. Definitely try to hit up LWF. They're close to me. They're like family to me. They always send me wrestlers. They usually send me posters for the shows. Even though I'm in America, they're in the UK. Doesn't matter.
Hey, connection's connection.
Yeah, they love me. Send me. Yeah, but I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It really means a lot to have you on, and I'm so glad you helped share your stories, even though they were sad about your injuries. But I hope you feel better. I hope you heal up. Much love to all the students you work with. I hope that you rise them up and give them light and power. The light through me, it goes through you, and all the blessings to you and all your friends. I am Joe Panther III.
And I am the Fallen Flower Kikyo.
And we will catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.